Welcome to another presentation of the Solid Sports Video Blog. This is episode 40. Today's date is October 21st, 2017. Thank you so much for watching Solid the Assassin. I'm Troy West. Thank you so much for watching the channel. Thank you so much for watching the blog. Episode 40, it's going to be a special episode, probably for the reason I didn't think it was going to be. But, just got a lot of things to talk about. Of course, in the sports world, we got the baseball playoffs as we get closer and closer to the World Series. I touch on that. NBA season started this week. Talk about the early storylines this week already, and looking forward to the rest of the season. NFL Week 7 got off to a great start on Thursday night. What a game that was between the Raiders and the Chiefs. I'll talk a little bit about that and hit on some big games this weekend. And my final thoughts going to really open up today. This might be my last blog for a little while. So I'm just going to get very personal, really tell you exactly what's going on with me right now. And just to really thank all you guys for just being supportive. And we're going to start with the positive sports news first. I'm going to talk about sports, of course. I'm going to stick to sports till the end. MLB playoff update. Of course, the LA Dodgers, they clinched, I think it was Wednesday night. Defeated the Cubs in 5 games. Kershaw was masterful on the mound. Dodgers was able to pretty much blow them out the water. 11-1 was the final score of that game 5, as they finally get to a World Series. First time since 1988, that seems so a long time ago, 30 years. But at the same time, it feels like it was, I don't want to say it was just yesterday, but don't feel like it was 30 years ago. But they did make it. They will have home field, I think, no matter who wins between the Astros and the Yankees. Speaking of that series, the Astros stayed alive last night by winning 7-1 in Game 6 over the Yankees. Of course, Verlander pitched well again. I think they got Keuchel going tonight, so it's going to be a tough hill to climb for the Yankees. I think those 3 games they won at home was crucial. The Game 7, you never know what's going to happen. If I had to pick a team to win, I guess I'm like what most of the country want: Yankees, Dodgers in the World Series. But if I had to pick the game itself, I just think Houston might win this game. They got life back into them now, and they overall is the better team if you look at it. But the Yankees have gotten a Keuchel if he is pitching for the Astros. So it's an interesting game. I'll be checking it out tonight. I think first pitch is at 8:08 Eastern time. I'll be watching that. That's probably the other than college football, it's probably the biggest sport event. There's probably some NBA games here and there on again. Speaking of the NBA, we're about to get to that in a second. Like I said, I'm gonna stick with my pick. I think the Dodgers, no matter who wins, is going to still win the World Series. I picked them at the beginning of the year. Just thought it was their time. I'm one of the believers where the teams sort of keep knocking on that door, getting closer and close. They've been to the NLCS a few times, been to the playoffs a few years in a row. I think it's finally time for them to win it. So I think no matter who wins tonight, I think they'll defeat them in the World Series. I might still do a short blog if possible through my phone, just to spit out some quick thoughts and stuff. But as far as one of my normal blogs, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to do another one. So but yeah, that's my prediction. I think the Dodgers will win no matter who wins tonight in the World Series. Let's move on to the NBA. Been an exciting week so far. Been trying to watch as much of the games as I can. Of course, the early storylines already. Of course, you've seen the The injury to Gordon Hayward for the Celtics, that was probably the biggest story of the week so far. Very gruesome injury. I've seen a few on TV, not in real life, but I've seen a few injuries like that that just was unbelievable to watch. But Boston, they bounced back. I think they finally won their first game last night after losing their first two. Cavaliers looked kind of strong, beating the Bucks convincingly last night and beating the Celtics. They're 2-0. Warriors bounced back and won last night. Houston already got injuries with Chris Paul. Got a knee injury. They say he could be out from 2 to 4 weeks. But then I see another report says day to day, so we'll see. But I think Houston will be okay. I think they just need Chris Paul probably for the playoffs mostly. But they still got Harden, and he still can run the point and distribute the ball to all the 3-point shooters that Houston has. Excuse me about that. But yeah, that's been one of the biggest things. It's a couple of big things that's been going on in the first few days of the season. Lonzo Ball bounced back last night. That game was on late Phoenix and LA Lakers. He had 29, I think like 9 assists and 10 rebounds, something like that. He had almost a triple-double. Still need to work on this jump shot, but still a much better game than he had Thursday night against the Clippers when he got shut down by Beverly. Clippers is an interesting team to look forward this year. I like how they look, even though it's just one game. I think they gelling. Seem like they're gelling a lot more. I think they'd be better equipped for pressure situations, in my opinion. Even though, like I said, they only played one game so far. As far as I know, I don't know if they played last night, but they look pretty sharp. So a lot of exciting days going on in the NBA season. So definitely a lot to look forward to. But I just excited about the season. Like I said, just all the different changes. Minnesota Timberwolves, they won last night. Spurs still look like the Spurs. Aldridge stepped up. So there's a lot of early storylines to look forward to this season. I think it's a few games on, like I said, tonight on NBA TV. I think the Warriors is on again. So I'll probably try to check a few of those games out. But you could go back to look at my NBA preview I recorded on Monday to see most of my predictions. Basically, I got the Warriors and the Cavaliers making it get to the finals. But you could go check it out, see who all my playoff teams are, who I think are making in both East and West. So go check that out. But I like the way the season has started so far. Very exciting. Very good games already so far. So we're going to move on to the NFL. NFL Week 7. Raiders and the Chiefs. What a game that was Thursday night. Derek Carr, like he's back. He looks sharp. Of course, through the game with a touchdown and Michael Crabtree twice. The Chiefs I think they got two. It was 2 holding calls on the Chiefs, and I think Crabtree on that first touchdown got called for pass interference. Sorry, I'm pulling up my Pigskin Pick'em so I can go through all the games. But it was a big game for the Raiders. They needed that win, like I said when I previewed the game. That was a big game for them more than Kansas City. Even though the Chiefs lost 2 in a row, as far as my power rankings, they still number 1. I probably depends on what Philadelphia do, what other teams do. They probably move down this week after losing 2 in a row. Like if Pittsburgh looked impressive, they can move up. But it was a good game for a Thursday night game. Thursday night games, you never know what you're gonna get. But that was a pretty entertaining game. Marshawn Lynch, of course, everybody talked about that. He actually got suspended for touching the referee. And I had with my fantasy team, so that screwed me. So I'm already behind the 8 ball this week in fantasy. But a lot of talk a bit about basically how he gets away with certain things, which I think is true. But I guess sometimes you deal with what you deal with certain people, as long as they provide and do what they're supposed to do. So, but I guess the one say suspicion, I don't have a problem with it. You can't touch the officials. I mean, that's a no regardless. So he'll be sitting next week. So definitely a fantasy. I was gonna probably go bench him anyway this week because I'm trying to wait on him to have a big game, but now the suspicion I have now I have to bench him. So, but other than that, that's just out of jokes. But I think the Raiders still have a chance at 3-4. Now they right back in the thick of things. Chiefs still in control of the AFC West despite the loss. So let's see if the Chiefs can bounce back. Really, if you look at both games, Pittsburgh game, they lost on a fluke play. Of course, the play to Antonio Brown, and then they lost at the last second to the Raiders. So, the thing with the Chiefs to me is when they don't get those big plays, the offense is sort of still like it used to be, check downs and stuff. They got Hill and Hunt. When one of those guys don't break out and have a big play, the offense sort of still, pedestrian. But on the defensive side of the ball, that's where they hurt now. I started to see now Eric Berry's presence on that defense. But it was a good game. I enjoyed it. It was probably one of the best Thursday night games I've seen. So now I'm gonna move on to the other games, Sunday and Monday games. Pulling up my Pacey and Pick'em. Actually, I update that while I'm on here. I don't know how I did last week, but I think I did okay. I don't think I did that good last week picking games. Let's see, pull this up. Like I said, at the beginning of the season, I invited people to join my pool, but nobody did. So, I still just like something I've been doing since I was in high school. I guess I got it from TV, but you know how everybody pick games. Like we used to pick games, just straight up. Like I don't really like playing against the spread and all that. That's really deep gambling stuff. But oh dang, I think I did really bad last week. I only got 4 points. So look at it now. Wow. Yeah, I did really bad last week. Dang, I went 4-10 last week. That's bad. So, last couple of weeks I've been doing pretty average. So hopefully this will bounce back. But these games, I've seen them. There's no spread. All the spreads are 5 points or less, or 5.5 points or less. So it's gonna be a tough week picking games again. But I'll try my best anyway. Okay, first game here. Buccaneers at Bills. A little bit disappointed in the Bucs so far this year. Thought they'd be playing a little bit better. They only at 2-3. Bills at 3-2. Bills been one of the surprises, but I think they're at home and their defense there's nothing to play with. I think they win this game in a close one. Bucs, I don't know. I didn't have them making the playoffs, but I still thought they'd be playing better. But got the Bills winning at home with that defense. Jameis, like I said, I like Jameis Winston just like everybody else, but the turnovers just have to stop. He has to stop turning the ball over. He was a little hurt last week. They say he will start, and just to bring up my fantasy league again, I got him in fantasy, so that was good news for me. I just hope he proved me wrong at least for this week. But I think the Bills defense going for some turnovers, and it'll be enough for them to win. Panthers at Bears. Panthers 4-2. Bears 2-4. I got the Panthers winning this game. It is clearly the superior team. I think they more focused on the road as well. Bears, I do like I said, I like Trubisky. I don't like him as much as other people probably liking him. I think he's, some places they say he's overhyped, some places they saying this and that, but I'm sort of even keel with him. I think he has the potential to do something in this league, but he just don't have talent around him. But I think just like they did against the Ravens last week, run the ball, try to run the ball. You got 2 good running backs. I think that's the only chance to control the game. I think that's the only chance of winning this game, but I think the Panthers will do enough to win a close one. That's why I kind of understand why these games are, the spreads are so close. Got the Panthers winning though, on the road. Titans and Browns, this is my lock pick of the week. Probably anytime somebody play the Browns, I probably make it a lock now. Titans looked sharp on Monday night against the Colts. Mariota still looked good, not to be healthy. I don't think the Browns will be able to exploit if he's not. So I think this is the game probably be the most, as far as points differential. I think Titans will win by at least 10 easily. Got the Titans winning. Titans at 3-3. Bears, of course. Browns. I don't know why I keep saying the Bears. Browns are 0-6 coming in. This is an interesting game. This game actually made my big game list. The New Orleans Saints at the Green Bay Packers. Packers at 4-2. Saints at 3-2. Saints 4-point favorites on the road, which is understandable. Of course, the devastating injury to Aaron Rodgers last week. But is it season ending for the Packers? That's what we're going to see. Hundley, I never really heard of him until now. Don't know a lot about him, but I think he went to UCLA. Now that I think about it, but anyway, when you're a backup quarterback, especially for somebody like Aaron Rodgers or elite quarterback, you never expect to get in the game. And I'm not saying that's why he didn't play well, but it's no excuse. You always gotta be ready. At least that's what the cliche is. But realistically, he wasn't ready to get into the game. He had a week to prepare. He knows he's a starter, so I think he'll play better. But that Saints defense, and the Saints defense, just saying that, it's like, wow. You talk about the Saints defense, but the Saints defense has played very, very well since the first couple of weeks. They have played very well. They're coming off a bye, I believe. So this is their chance to show that they're for real. Go win a game you're supposed to win. Not at home, on the road, which just like they did against Carolina. I think they do it though. Just don't until Hundley show me he can do something I can't pick against. Can't pick the Packers in this game. I got the Saints winning a close one. But it's a very interesting game. If Packers could win this game and stay afloat. I know they put Rodgers on IR, so I believe he is out for the year, regardless. But they still have some nice skill position players. Maybe trying to run the ball a little bit more, even though they run the game hasn't been good all year. I think they're capable of winning this game, but I just don't see it. I think the Saints go up there and win at Lambeau Field. Jaguars, Colts. Colts 2-4. Jaguars at 3-3. Jaguars on the road. Just think the Jags just a better team. That's all. I really wouldn't be shocked if Colts win this game. Colts been competitive despite they probably, of course, Andrew Luck having this issues. They put him on the shelf again, so he's not practicing the game. He practiced for 1 week and then he got, I don't know if he aggravated his shoulder, but it's just been a mess with that. But the Colts, even though they're 2-4, they actually look better than I thought they were going to look this year. So, wouldn't be shocked me. The Jaguars, of course, they up and down every week. Leonard Fournette, a little bit banged up, which is their whole offense so far. Blake Bortles, very disappointed in him. But the Jags defense, their young defense, is pretty decent and good. I think they had to make a couple of plays, and they had beat the Colts on the road. Cardinals and Rams. This actually made my list. Cardinals at 3-3, which is shocking. If you look at the way they played pretty good last week though. But overall, they haven't really looked that good. But they got 3 wins, and that's all that matters. Rams 4-2. This game, Rams 3.5 favorite. This game, like I just said about the Jaguars, they just played each other last week. Rams and Jaguars. Rams sort of up and down. You don't know what you won't get out of them, but the offense is much better. Gurley and Goff look pretty good. Their defense has been a little bit disappointing, and Adrian Peterson made the Cardinals look pretty good last week. I think if they get that balance, they could probably break some big plays again like they did last week. But Rams at home, I'm just going to pick them because this is a game, like I said, you're supposed to be arriving. This is a game you're supposed to win. You can't lose games like this. Can't go back and forth with wins, losses, win, loss. You got to make a stand and put together some games, some good games here. I think the Rams do it. They're going to be probably a high-scoring game, though. I think the Rams pull one out at home and establish themselves not in just the NFC West, but in the NFC period. Now that the Packers are out of it, they already, in front of the Seahawks. So even though Seahawks beat them again, but yeah, this is a game they're supposed to win. So I'm gonna put the faith in them and pick them to win this game. They're gonna be close though in LA. Jets and Dolphins. Another surprise, a 3-3 team is the Jets. Dolphins at 3-2. Dolphins looks a little. Both of these teams look shaky at times. The Jets probably look better than I thought, and I've been picking them to win this game on the road. I got the Jets winning. This is supposed to be the tank year, right? We thought they was gonna be 0-6 at this time, but they're 3-3 in the mix in the AFC East. They played the Patriots tough last week. Dolphins, like I said, not saying they wins was lucky, but especially last week was improbable win against the Falcons. Then the other win against the Titans, they had without Mariota, and then the win they had against the Chargers was a little, I don't want to say outlier, but they haven't looked that good. And I think the Jets will be able to expose them better in the division. I think the Jets go on the road and win this game, go above 500 again. I guess they're not going to be picking number one, at least the way they're going right now. Got the Jets winning on the road. Ravens, Vikings. This made my list, not just because I'm a Ravens fan, but I just think this is an interesting game because of the Vikings and Aaron Rodgers going down. Can the Vikings going to be the team to grab it, take over this division, or is it going to be the Lions? But we'll see. I think the Lions off this week. I forgot to write down who's on buys, but I don't see them on here. So I think they're off this week along with a few other teams. So if your team ain't on here, they on a bye. I don't know if off the top of my head the Lions I just figured out is on a bye. But Vikings 4-2, Ravens 3-3. Ravens, to me, speaking as a Ravens fan, I'm not confident in them at all. But I'm picking them to win this game for some reason. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. It might be just the fan in me. Part of me would have changed it as I'm looking at it right now and go with the Vikings. The Vikings defense is going to shut the. I don't see the Ravens scoring any points. Really don't. You know what? I'm changing it. I'm changing my pick. I'm going with the Vikings. I'm sorry. I'm a Ravens fan, but I'm a realist. I don't see the Ravens going to road win this game. I just don't. I don't see it. Watched them last week. They looked terrible against the Bears. They lucked up. Got 2 returns for touchdowns. Trubisky almost threw the game away with the pick, but and the Ravens defense still been playing pretty decent, but I don't see them scoring any points. Flacco don't look good. The run game looks suspect. Just no continuity on offense at all. And now the more and more I think I might be talking myself out looking stupid, but I don't care. I can't pick the Ravens right now. I'm going with the Vikings. I'm going with the Vikings to win this game at home. And they 5.5 favorite, which I think is kind of high. And the Vikings sort of have quarterback problems. Sam Bradford still nicked up. Case Keenum, I keep saying I don't believe in Case Keenum. I don't believe in Case Keenum, but he keep getting wins. So I've talked myself into changing my pick. The first time I've done this all year. I'm going to go with the Vikings to win. I had the Ravens winning. I did have it checked off the Ravens, but I'm changing it to the Vikings. I can't pick the Ravens. I don't see them scoring any points. Minnesota still, like I said, Diggs play. Thielen looks sharp. I like McKillian, the backup running back. Of course, the The Cook injury was devastating for him, but I just think they disciplined. And then I was watching after somebody was previewing this game. I don't know if I was watching ESPN or somewhere, but Mike Zimmer used to work for the Ravens, and he know Flacco in and out. And if you know Flacco in and out, you could definitely shut him down. He's average quarterback. I could go order. I'm disappointed. I'm a Ravens fan. I didn't want to do it, but I'm going with the Vikings. I'm changing my pick. That would have been one of my upsets, but I don't see it happening. I just don't. Alright, moving on. Cowboys and 49ers. Cowboys, of course, got some good news. Zeke, right back to playing again. He got another, what they call it, restraining order, whatever it is, court-wise. Basically, he could play again. They got to go through another part of court or whatever. If I was him, I guess since you've been fighting this so long, I guess you might as well just keep on fighting. But if I was him, and like I said, domestic violence is a very serious thing. And if you didn't do it, you should try to prove your innocence. But basically, like, he's not going to duck these 6 games. He won't get these 6 games regardless. So I would have just took him at the beginning of the season. He already beat. This would have been his last game he would have missed, and he'd have been back. So I think Dallas still probably would be 2-3 right now, or around that, if he went to play. I don't think they would have, been worse without him through these games. But that being said, I'm picking Dallas to win this game. The 49ers, like I said, I like what they doing. I like how they building the team up. And now they might get a quarterback. They already benched Hoyer. They're going with another starter this week. Don't know his name. Probably should have did the research on it. But they benched Brian Hoyer. New quarterback out there. I think Dallas, even though their defense not that good, still when you make it your first start ever, still tough. So I think Dallas will control this game and win it on the road in Santa Clara. But like I said, I do like where the 49ers are going. And if they wind up getting the number 1 pick, they can get their quarterback that they want to develop. I still think Kirk Cousins might wind up in there, a little conspiracy theory there. But I like what they're doing though, building the team. I think they'd be right back competing again in another year or so. Another big game of the week, Bengals and Steelers. Of course, Steelers got their life back last week by beating the Chiefs. They're 4-2. Bengals coming at 2-3. And by the way, San Francisco's 0-6, and Dallas is 2-3. I think I did mention that with that game. But to move on, Bengals, Steelers, division game. Steelers look like they got their mojo back, but Steelers are sort of like that Jekyll and Hyde team as well. They show up one week, and then all of a sudden, one week they just don't show up. But I think in the division game, they're going to show up. They're at home. I think they beat the Bengals. I think it'll be a close game, though. I think it'll be sort of like how the Kansas City game went, sort of back and forth, a lot of field goals. Then probably one big play from Brown or Bell will be the difference. I think the Bengals, 2-3. They did well. They looked terrible the first couple of weeks, but they looked better. Like I said, I think perfect. Even though he has his issues, I think he's the heart and soul of that team. Offense got to get more consistent though. AJ Green, see if he have a big game this week. Bengals are capable of winning this game, but I think the Steelers got their mojo back. And then it's a division game, so I think they'll be motivated. It's all about motivation. Like I heard this on TV. The Steelers are a team, the motivation counts. Like they got to be motivated for a game. And I think they'll be motivated because it's a division game. And they play more like they're capable of playing. I think they win this game. Broncos and Chargers. Broncos 3-2, Chargers 2-4. I'm just going with the Chargers today at home. Broncos disappointed me last week against the Giants. Like I said, I don't know. I pretty much don't know how they lost that game. That's why this game is sort of hard for me to pick. I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos go in there and win it and shut down the Chargers. But Chargers basically they 2-4. I think they're too good to be 2-4. I think they win the home game finally, even though it's not going to be like a home. It might be more Broncos fans there than Chargers fans. I think the Chargers somehow pull this game out, last second field goal or something of that nature. That's another thing. They got that monkey off their back last week by beating the Raiders. The last second, they've been losing a lot of games like that and finally win one. So I think that'll motivate them and refocus their minds a little bit more. Of course, I'm a big Phillip Rivers believer as well. Broncos defense, though, nothing to play with, but I think the Chargers somehow win this game, last second field goal or last play or something like that at home. Seahawks, Giants. Giants 1-5, finally got the snide. Just mentioned them as they beat the Broncos last week. Seahawks coming off a bye, 3-2. I think this is definitely a Seahawks game. I don't think the Seahawks gonna let the Giants score 20-something points. All the injuries they have, I think Seattle will definitely shut them down. Even though Seattle's a little shaky on the road, they usually don't play that well on the road. But I think this game, pretty disappointing. Like that Odell is out. I wanted to see Odell going against that Broncos secondary. That would have been something to watch last week. And then now against the Seattle secondary, we're not gonna have Odell. So, but that being said, I think Seattle wins. A Super Bowl rematch. Sunday Night Football as well. Falcons and Patriots. Falcons 3-2, Patriots 4-2. Patriots 3-point favorites in this game. I think the Falcons ain't gonna be able to shake the demons, not for this game. And it's on the road, and I think it might be a little chilly up there. Like all that stuff plays into my pick. Probably might be a high-scoring game. Definitely capable of that. Falcons got some type of mental block. They can't hold leads. When they get a lead, they can't hold it. So, and I don't know why. They don't just run the ball more. Like, run the ball more. Give it to Freeman. Give it to Coleman. And I'm not saying that because Freeman's been disappointing me in fantasy this year. Another fantasy shot I got in there, but he's on my team. And he ain't done nothing this year because they gave him the ball. I think he only had like 8 carries last week. Just give him the ball. Spread out the offense. They got injuries. Julio Jones a little banged up. They think Sanu supposed to play, so maybe they might look better on offense this week. But the defense gotta play better. But they're going against Brady and Gronk look healthy. There's going to be the trolls there. You probably gonna see 28-3 signs all over the place. I think the Falcons are not gonna be able to handle it. I think the Patriots win this game at home. And it's Sunday night, so the sun already going to be down. It's going to be a little chilly up there. It's been chilly here. I'm in Baltimore, so I know it's going to be chilly up there at night. So I think all that plays a factor. And the Patriots do enough to win this game. Should be a good Sunday night game. And on Monday night, we got the Washington team. I try not to say the name. And the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles 5-point favorites. Got the Eagles winning this game. Just like I said about the Rams, and I said about the Saints and all these other teams. Like, this is a week of prove it. This is your week to prove it. If you're an elite team, you're supposed to win games like this. If the Eagles are elite, they don't lose this game. Period. Simple as that. They at home. Washington has looked good at times this year. Sort of laid the egg last week. But I think, like I said, I think Philadelphia a chance to really take hold of this conference, not just the division. Definitely a division if they win this game. I think they do it. I think they win it Monday night. Eagles. I think they do it. I think they win. 5 points might be too much, but I wouldn't be surprised if they win by about a touchdown or so. I see a couple of Eagles games. They look good. They really look for real. So, but this is the game to prove it. Don't lay an egg. This is a game you're supposed to win. So, a little bit of a challenge to the Eagles. I think they do it Monday night. They get it done. All right, so that's my picks for the week. Of course, NFL continue to be very interesting. Let me give you a score. Oh yeah, I got the Eagles winning by 3, 27-24. So that's my score for that game. All right, so that's it for the NFL this week. My final thoughts. I know this video already probably been kind of long. First, I'm gonna touch on a few other sports topics. College football, some big games today. be Saturday. Probably the biggest game of the weekend is Penn State, Michigan. That's going to be a big game, good game, I believe. USC, Notre Dame, interesting game. Syracuse, Miami is interesting because Syracuse just beat Clemson. So can they go on the road to beat the Hurricanes? That'd be interesting to see. Of course, a lot of the top teams in action. So college football, pretty entertaining week this week. I might check out a few games here and there. Like I said, I'm not a huge college football fan, but I do like to watch games here and there. I really don't get into it till like near the end of the season, working up to the playoff. But it was a lot of surprise upsets last week, so let's see if we get some more. Excuse me. I did promise last week I'm gonna try to talk a little NHL. Like I said, I'm a casual NHL fan, hockey fan. Of course, the big surprises that I've seen and read about, of course, the Vegas Golden Knights. Like I said, I mentioned them last week. Due to the tragedy that happened in Las Vegas, it's good to see them get off to a great start. Like I said, I'm a Blackhawks fan. They look pretty good to start the season. Sharks not so good though. I'm a Sharks fan as well. Capitals and Penguins still look pretty sharp in the East. Other than that, not a lot going on. I thought heard about the kid in Edmonton, but they ain't start off good by record-wise, but they still continue to dash with people. I see they had a play where he passed the puck behind his back for a goal. That was an awesome play. But I did say I try to talk a little NHL, but like I said, if you interact with me, I'd be inclined to do more research and more on the NHL. But I like sports in general. I'm just not a big NHL fan, but I'll follow all sports. Try to keep up with everything that I can. But I did say I was going to mention the NHL, and I did again this week. I try to put together a little bit more information the next week, or next time I should say. I'll be on. As far as my projects, like I said, I'm probably going to be offline for a while. But NBA Live have done very well. I'm shocked. Like, I had a video that's been up for 2 days. I already have almost 45 views, which, like I said, I'm shocked by that. I don't know if it's just one person watching over and over again, or if it's 40 different people. I don't know, but still, that's still a lot of views. And it's definitely because it's NBA Live. Because my other videos, I say I average about 5 views a video. Like, to be honest with you, I don't get a lot of views. And of course, one of the views be me, because I'll go look at it again just to see if I made any mistakes, or just to, put it in my playlist. It's a way to be watching, so I watch it one time and then I don't watch it. I try not to watch it again, just so I can gauge how many people really watching. So I only watch my videos one time, and for me to have 40 views in 2 days on the video is very, very big. Like, that's been the most successful game, which is shocking to me, because I've had a lot. It's like everything that's been negative, like my No Man's Sky, just for example, which I was doing. It's been a year. I started doing videos of that. Well, I don't want to say it's been a year. I had got it a year ago, but when I started my channel, I heard a lot of people talking negative about it, but people will still watch, which I don't. It's backwards to me. I don't get it. And live, it's the same thing. I would say, man, live is trash, live is this, live is that. Basically, a lot of negative feedback about it from general people, but it's been getting the most views. So, and the Warriors game is next on my schedule, so I'm going to play that game definitely tonight, so I can put it on the channel so you guys can watch, since I'm probably going to be out for a while. Mega Man, still doing videos of that. Sonic Mania, haven't done one in a while. Jack and Dexter, I apologize. Been going through a lot this week, so I didn't get my Jack and Dexter play in. I might could do that today. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do that today as well. do a play a little Jack and Dexter. But basically, listen like the cow in the bag. If you really been watching and listen to what I've been saying, basically the problem I have is I'm getting evicted in 2 days, so that's why I won't probably be able to do any videos for a while. Like I said, when I get personal, I always tell you to go back and watch episode 12 of my blog, but I really opened up about it. I'm not going to get too deep about everything, but if you go back and watch that video, even though the sound was kind of bad, that's why I started wearing a microphone more. I tried to use my camera microphone, but a lot of people were saying that the music that plays in the background, which I mentioned a couple of times, is about I record through the PlayStation PLAYROOM, which is an app that's on the PlayStation. It's like an app you could use the camera and play with all these little robots and stuff. I just thought it would be better instead of me recording on my phone, because I only really get 5 to 10 minutes to record on my phone, depending on how much memory I have on it. So that's why I stopped recording on my phone. I said, well, let me invest in a camera, a PlayStation camera, see how that works. And that's why I started doing videos this way, that I can talk as long as I want and don't have to rush. Yes, I'm being evicted. Not ashamed to really get deep into it. I've been dealing with depression pretty much the majority of my life, but this year in particular, and that being said, I don't blame anyone. I don't blame my depression on why this is happening. Basically, it just snuck up on me. I thought I had more time to pay what I had to pay, and I don't. Long story short, I have reached out to people, not necessarily asking for help per se, but just to, just let people see what's going on. Because I know, to be honest with you, I don't have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of people in my life. So it's hard. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard for me to really ask for help, because I've been doing this on my own, been living on my own for 15 years, really ever since I was a teenager. So I always did things on my own, but just to be honest with you, the motivation is not there. I haven't worked since April, which is another thing that is on me. Only why I've been getting by is unemployment. Been looking for jobs here and there. Had about just 2 interviews this whole time. Didn't work out. So honestly, don't know where I'm going to go. I've been looking around for places to stay. Don't know if it's going to have Wi-Fi or not. So that's why I was trying to look for places. One place I liked in particular, but it's more of it's like a place to stay, but it's like more of a hotel type thing. So it's like they don't want you to stay longer than a week. So it's like I don't want to commit there, then have to move, then have to move again. It's just, I ain't going to the fact like I'm not scared, I'm not nervous, that I'm not depressed now. I'm not going to say I'm the strongest person in the world, because I'm not. I'm really worried, I'm really scared. Like I said, my depression is just, it's destroyed me. Just to be honest, it's destroyed me. It's taken my motivation away. I'm just not motivated anymore. I just don't. It's hard for me to say that I care about anything anymore, just to be honest. That's why I do these videos for cope. It's made for me to cope. That's why I don't really care about the views and the number of subscribers that I gain. I just care about the people that's generally supporting me, and I say thank you again. Like I say, I just looked at my phone. I got 29 subscribers. I know probably more than half of them, but even the ones that I don't know, I just thank y'all for y'all support. I do this for myself, but I also do it for you guys. I just want to say thank you. It's hard for me to keep talking about this. Like I said, if I ever recover from this, if I'm if this be the last time I do a video, if this, or if I ever do a video, if I just get to any type of point when I'm able to really, I want to, like I said, I've said this before, I want to be an advocate. I want to motivate people. I want to tell people my story. I hope it helps them. I don't want anybody to go through what I've been through. I want nobody to feel like I feel. If I can help anybody, then my life would be worth it. That's all I ever want for the rest of my life. Not saying I don't want to be successful. I'm not saying I don't want to make it back to where I was, even though I never really was that much of nothing, just a regular guy working a regular job. But anybody out there that feel like I do, I hope you hearing my story, or I just hope it give you motivation so you won't be like me. That's all the advice I can give to anyone dealing with depression or dealing with anything. All I do is I drink to cope my problems. And I know that I need help, but I'm just not motivated right now. I kind of just want to crawl into my own hole and just stay there, but that's not how the world works. And now I'm paying for it with my life, really. I just want to say thank you. If you listen to this video from beginning to end and just being supportive that you've been, I just want to say thanks once again. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. I just want to say thank you guys again. Thanks for all the support. Hopefully I'll be back sooner than later, and y'all take care of yourselves. Like I said, don't be like me. That's all I gotta say. Like I said, a lot of people don't know a lot about me. I have my own beliefs. I'm not real religious, like some people would say. Well, I already heard some people say, well, pray. But to be honest with you, I don't really believe in that. But I don't discourage people that do believe in it. If you get motivation from anything, I'm all for it. And I never really talk about that because people would judge you on that. Well, they basically just turn their back on you because you don't believe in something. But that's what this country is about. You have the right to believe in what you want to believe in, and so do I. But I'm gonna stop rambling. I just want to say thanks. Hopefully, like I said, this is not over. Hopefully I'll be doing this again. But until then, thank you. And just thank you. Have a good weekend. Hopefully this is not the last time I see you. Thank you to all my loyal subscribers. Thank you.